Awesome. So we are live. Let me just make sure I shut off the music, but I put some music on to get us into the mood. Magnificent money manifesting and miracles Monday to everyone watching everywhere out there on social media. Let us know if you're on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube. Let us know where you're tuning in from and welcome. And today we have a great topic for you: how to go from asking to receiving in 5 days. Ask yourself that. Can I go from asking to receiving in just 5 days? If you can, then stay tuned because today I, Evie Diaz, of evds.com, financial empowerment speaker and author and financial trauma healer, have the pleasure to introduce you to two fearless and powerful heart centered female entrepreneurs who dare to go from asking to receiving in just 5 days. And today we have them here so that you can hear about them, so that you can connect with them on social media. So, ladies, go ahead and say hello. Unmute yourself and make sure you say hello. So, I'm going to bring them up in just a moment. But if you're a heart centered female entrepreneur, there's a chat somewhere where you're watching this. So tell us, where are you tuning in from? Where on social media and where in the world? And what are your thoughts about asking and receiving? And yes, I am talking from a spiritual level and also from a human level. When you ask, do you always expect to receive, especially for you if you're a heart centered female entrepreneur? Or is it challenging to ask? And is it challenging to receive? Do you hesitate when someone offers to give you something? Are you concerned that when you ask, you may get a big no, thank you? So, what happens to you? Well, today I want to invite you to really listen to two fabulous women who said yes to going into our 5 day ask and receive mini MoneyFesting challenge. And they're going to tell you about their experience after they tell you about their business. So let's begin by first letting you know a little bit about the two women that I have with me today. And we'll begin with Susan. Susan, please make sure that you unmute yourself and introduce yourself. Your name, where are you in the world, where, if you'd like to share, where in the United States you are, and then please tell us a little bit about what you do and how you help people.
Yes. Hi, everybody. Thank you, Evie. Um, I am the founder of the Luminous Legacy Project, and that was born out of a mess, out of a tragic loss of my son 1 month before I was scheduled to retire from my lifetime career creating, developing, managing social service programs in I've worked in all of the boroughs of New York City, and I live in Queens, not too far from the Long Island Sound. The Luminous Legacy Project came to me only when I started coming back to life. It took me a good couple of 3 years of the grieving my own way, of being supported by loving friends and family, and not wanting to be bothered. My mantra became, "Don't bother me." And when that started to recede, and I started to feel the call of life come back to me, I started thinking, what is my life for now? And that's a question I like to ask the people that I coach through the process of grieving.
Ask the question again.
What is my life for now?
What is my life for now? That's a great question. Continue.
Yes. So um, I formulated an idea out of my own experience dealing with incomplete estates left by my parents, by my son's father, and then it dribbled down to my son. Um,
So who is it that you help? Who is it that you help now?
Oh, so what I do is I work with women 50 plus, because they're usually the caregivers and the doers in the families, um, to help them start having those tough conversations around how I want my last chapter to go. Let's talk about it now. I love you all. I want you to feel guided. I want you to feel relief when the time comes. Let's talk, let's laugh, let's cry, however it goes. Let's have those conversations. It's the pre estate planning conversations.
Wow. And I commend you, Susan, because it takes guts to do what you did. So it's so amazing for us entrepreneurs that we have an experience that can be devastating. And then as women, we have this power to turn it around and say, okay, how can I empower other women who may experience a devastation like I did? And how can I turn this into something that helps everyone? And
Yes,
it's so amazing because this conversation and I'm encouraging people to really connect with you, Susan, because it's such an important conversation. We never know the day or the hour. My mom used to say before she passed, she said, the day and the hour, you never know. And, especially when our parents are young. My mom was 69 when she passed. To
it's
me, she
young.
was young.
To me, that's young.
To me, that was young. And, her and I would have those discussions because I thought she would live forever, but somehow we would have those discussions. But I know it's so hard for
Mhm.
so many people to have those discussions and know what is it that that loved one wants to see in the end. I knew of my mom because we would have those strong conversations. So I want to come back to you, but if you're tuning in, this is Susan, and Susan is the woman that you want to connect with if you want to learn what it is that you should be thinking, and more importantly, what conversation you should be having with your loved ones about them, about yourself, about what you want your last chapter, as Susan called it, to look like in your life. So we'll come back around to you, Susan, because I really want to go a little bit deeper so that people understand. Now, if you're tuning in, I'm Evie Diaz, and this is Evie Diaz of evdiaz.com, and I love to hear from you. So please participate in the chat. Tell us your name. Where are you tuning in from in the world or on social media? And as you're listening to these powerful women that I'm interviewing today, feel free to ask some questions right there in the chat. And if you do, I will reward you because we have a little tool here where we can give you a gift. And so today I will run the little tool so that you can have an opportunity to get a gift from me before we end today. So make sure you find the chat, make sure you put at least your name. If not, promote yourself. This is your opportunity. And now I want to introduce you to another fabulous, and they are officially financially free Fabpreneurs members. So they are our VIP Fabpreneur. And yes, if you're wondering if I am saying FAB for fabulous, that's part two. That is part of the reason why they are fabulous women, as am I. And we're also fabulous over 50. And we're also fabulous at our business. And there's a methodology which is about feeling, acting, and being as our financially free Fabpreneur future selves today. And that's what we are on a journey. And I'll tell you more about that in a little bit. But let me introduce you to my second guest here today, and that's Inge. Inge, please unmute yourself and introduce yourself. Tell us your name, your title, who and what is the solution that you provide, and who do you provide it for?
I think I am unmuted. Am I not?
You're good. We can hear you.
Okay. Good. So I am Inge Jung. I'm an acupuncture physician and naturopath. And I help people get rid of their allergies. And more, we all have allergies. That's what my experience after 30 years of working with allergies. But what is closest to my heart is really kids on the spectrum, ADHD, autism, and everything that is involved in between. Many people think that their outbreaks, their so-called bad behavior, and that they can't sit still, that it is bad behavior and bad parents. It is not true. What they are having is allergic reactions, and that is what I'm working on to get the word out. To I have created something called the allergy kit. It's a simple do-it-yourself program or system without needles, without putting anything on your skin, or eat anything or take anything, that you can get rid of your own allergies in your own home, and you can treat your whole family and your kids.
Wow.
So
That is so cool. I remember, I mean, you told me I have allergies. I'm not sure, but I know that for the longest time, I had the worst allergies, and I had to get allergy tests. I had to get an allergy shot. They tried so many things when I lived in New Jersey. I'm talking about 20 years ago. When I lived in New Jersey, I had the worst allergies, and that I had to go to several different doctors, and I would take all kinds of different pills. And no matter what I tried, it seems that the allergies would not go away. And because I mentioned to Susan about my mom had the worst allergies. Everybody always thought, "Are you sick?" They would ask her all the time because she was always sneezing. And till the day she died, we never resolved her allergies. Somehow, my allergies went away when I moved to Florida. Now, every so often, I have experienced moments when I'm sneezing or my eyes are itchy, but the way that I used to have it, it went away. So it is so magnificent and wonderful that you have an allergy kit. And by the way, feel free to Google allergy kit, and you will more likely than not land in Ingrid's website, and you can
the yeah,
contact her.
it has to be the allergy kit.
The
Otherwise,
allergy kit.
otherwise I think they get some pharmaceuticals.
Oh yes, the allergy kit. Thank you for making that. Now, Susan, before I start asking you about how you dared last week to go from asking to receiving in just 5 days, do you want to tell us a little bit more about your business and how people can contact you? That way, people can reach out to you.
Yes. The other thing that I do that I didn't get a chance to say before was that I work with individuals also. And I support them and empower them on their journey as I see it, as I learned it by my own life, from grief and loss through to legacy and renewal. And I feel that that's where I am now. And I've done enough work and training and growth and development and coached a lot so that I feel um, I'm I'm perfectly ready and able to support people along that journey. Um, what else can Oh, so I see the chat here, but I don't see where I can type into it.
You could put in the chat through your computer. If you see on the right hand side, there's live chat that goes out to the universe out there on social media. And then, so for example, I'm going to put something here and say,
Yeah,
check out so that you see it on your side. Check out, I could put fabpreneurs.com, right? And that one is where everyone on social media actually will see that wherever we are. And then there's also under that a private chat. And that's where if you want me to put something over here, I'm just going to put fabpreneurs.com, like your website, for example, type it in there.
I can't
You,
type it.
No.
There's, yeah,
oh,
right
okay.
here.
Okay, so just
Maybe
tell me
you could do. Maybe you could put my website in the
that's what I'm going
Luminous
to do.
Legacy Project.
So
Yes,
let me just go ahead and put that here. So let me go ahead and tell me what it is, and I'll put it here.
it's luminouslegacyproject.com.
Luminous. I might not know how to spell
L
luminous.
Luminous.
I got it.
Okay,
Luminous Project.
Legacy. Luminous Legacy Project. One word.
Luminous Legacy Project.
Dot
Dot
com.
com.
Yes. And there's
Okay.
a contact form that people can fill out, and I will get that
Okay, so let me show that now so people can see it, and let me know that I got that correct. Do you see the ticker below on
You
the
know,
monitor?
yes, beautiful. Oh, is
Okay.
that retype? No.
I
Yes, I
yeah.
see.
Yeah, it's going around. It's a ticker.
Yeah,
So
great.
there you go. So what can people find there again by visiting
Well, that's my website.
com?
They will get more a fuller picture of what I briefly explained. They'll get a feel for how I do my work, how they'll get a feel for who I am and how I communicate. And if they'd like to talk with me for further details or share something with me, they can fill out the contact form and I'll get right back to them. I think that's the
So
easiest thing to do here.
awesome. So let's make sure people understand. So when death comes upon our families, we are not prepared most of the time. I know that I
Most of
was
the
in
time.
Florida. My mom was in New Jersey. She was shopping at J.C. Penney. She fell, and that was that.
Yeah.
When my sister called me, we didn't know the ambulance took her. She just said, Mom fell at J.C. Penney, and she had fallen several times in other places, and she was fine. So they took her to the hospital, and we did not know. And a little while later, we were told that it was a heart attack. It wasn't just a fall.
Mm.
So, of course, I am in Florida. My siblings are in New Jersey, and we had no idea what to do. We did not know what she wanted. My sister got a call when I finally got to Newark Airport. She got a call from the hospital asking her if my mom would, if we wanted to donate for science some of the things, right? And my sister did not know, but I remember having a conversation with my mom about that. And I said, my mom would not like to do that because she doesn't believe in that. That's not within her
Uh-huh.
beliefs. So she will not want to donate, nor would she want to, do anything else. So we had to do a burial. Similarly, and interestingly enough, my father-in-law died a week before our wedding, my husband and my wedding. And as you know, interesting as it was, my husband and I had been dating for a while, and I used to be very open to these conversations. And somehow one day I asked him, what would you like to have to happen when you die? Do you want to be buried? Do you want to be cremated? And he had told me he wanted to be cremated. So on that day where, my husband's side of the family was totally unprepared, I told them about that conversation, and they were like, okay, can you help us? And I made all the phone calls and everything. And yet, imagine if I hadn't had those conversations with those people, right, Susan? So, talk
Yes.
about the importance of that and how you can
Well,
help someone that's listening or watching this.
first of all, I'm thinking, imagine if the family had fought with you. They want it this way, not that way, and you have nothing written about that conversation. So the important thing is to get everything documented, right? I worked with a couple. Um, there are two women, came from different households, different backgrounds. One was one of, I don't know, something like 9 or 12 children, and the
Yeah.
other one had just a brother. And each of them came into their relationship with different um, different experiences from their families around death. One one's mother died young, leaving, I think she was about 12, with her father, who didn't want to talk about it. They didn't talk
Yes.
about it. The other one had, with all those siblings, didn't talk a lot about it, but her mother, if one of the daughters saw something and said, "Gee, I really like that," the mother took the little, what we call tchotchke,
Hmm.
and wrote the daughter's name on it. So she thought about how it would go. But both of them, who had told me when we started, we have an estate plan. We're just
Okay.
doing this because we like you and we know you and we're supporting you. And at the end of our sessions, they said we thought we had an estate plan, but we only have a half, you know what.
Yes.
estate plan. Um, you've got to, when you have to talk about death and dying, which nobody gets out of. There are no
Yes.
loopholes.
Hmm.
Um, um, I just lost my thought. When you talk about it, there we have superstitions in our minds. We have taboos from our backgrounds, from our cultures, from our religions, from our neighborhoods. And I want
Yes.
to open up those conversations so that people see what's serving them now, what's not serving them now. What can we create now?
So important, Susan. And I am so grateful that you're here. And today we're just giving you a brief introduction to what Susan does. You'll be hearing and seeing more of her over the next 90 days that we're going on a journey together. And for the sake of time, I'm going to take it over to Inga, and I'm going to have her tell me what's the best website for her so that I can write it. And then tell us a little bit again how people may contact you. That way, people that are watching can actually contact you. And then we're going to go real quickly because we have about 8 minutes for to finish our conversation today. We'll talk about the 5 day experience you had. So Inga, please give me your website so that I can put it on the ticker here and people can visit your website.
DRYNGE,
What is it? What is the whole name first so I know?
Dr. Inge, but with just DRYNGE.com.
YNG.com. Tell me if I got it. So it says dring.com. It's like
It's an
DR
E at the end.
E at the end.
Yeah, it's Inge.com.
Okay, so DRYNGE.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So let me just share that and tell us real quickly who are the ideal people that can contact you to find out more about how you can help them.
Well, one of the biggest things are parents to kids on the spectrum. But otherwise, anyway, with allergies or other kind of problems,
So
because
how many
allergies they are the root to so many ailments that we don't even think about them as allergies.
so just so that I understand because I'm a little bit confused. So you help children that are on the spectrum with allergies?
Yes, because they all have digestive problems,
Yes,
and they have so-called behavior problems.
I got it. Okay. Okay, well, thank you for letting me know that. And now let's dive into real quickly about your experience over the past week in your 5 days, how you went. And let's start with Susan and then we'll finish with you, Dr. Inge. Susan, your experience of saying yes to yourself and going from asking to receiving in just 5 days.
Yes. Well, my experience, as you well know, first started with convince me.
Disbelieve.
Caution. Now I've done a lot of work, a lot of
Yes.
all kinds of work, and I was still, I don't know, is this the right, is this a message for me that Evie is coming up with this at this moment? And I had a feeling in the back of my mind that it was, but the front of my mind was, I'm not sure. What is she all about? And it was only 5 days. We met once a day, which was amazing that you would do that. Um, and I would say by day 4, I was feeling, I made the shift. I made the shift because your money script got to the heart of the matter in the way that my other forays into dealing with my relationship with money did not. And so my heart was touched, and I felt myself opening to the possibility that it was actually something that could be for me, riches, um, the way I need them. You know, I I saw where my limiting beliefs really put a cap on top of where I could go and grow, and that your inquiry, the way it was structured, feeling, acting, being, um, is really a great match for a heart centered entrepreneur.
And I'm so grateful. And for those of you that are watching, note this, that we go on this journey together. I am going through the journey as well as you are. And now the three of us are going on this journey. There was someone else that was supposed to join us, but she couldn't because there was a time
Mm,
issue. But I'm so glad that we were able to join because now we can declare out loud what our intention is. So I want you to think real quickly, Susan, because I'm going to ask you and then I'm going to ask Inge to share a little bit about her 5 days. So my intention and my mission is really to get this message to as many heart-centered female entrepreneurs as are open and receptive to really going from learning to ask to receiving and knowing that you are worthy and deserving of receiving everything that you ask for. And so here in the bottom, you see that although I started this as an experiment, I have never done this. I don't do one on one sessions, by the way. I decided to do it because I'm writing a chapter for my upcoming book. And the experience was so illuminating to me personally as a female entrepreneur that I am going to do it again. And once again, this is only open to 5 women. Last time I said it was to five. 10 women apply. I accepted 7 and 6 finished. So I feel comfortable with 5 because of the time. It does take, it's a 30-minute one on one for 5 days. So it's a big commitment on my part and on your part. And I expect a transformation in me, and I see a transformation in you who are watching. And I want you to hear a little bit more from someone who I definitely saw the transformation in Susan. As she said, her energy shift was amazing. I saw like a miracle, and I saw the true beauty of Susan and who she really is versus this fear that she put in front of me. That was not who she is. She's a powerful, fearless entrepreneur, and I am so grateful that I got a chance to see that. And now Inge and I have known each other a little bit, and she went on this journey. And I want you, Inge, to please share a little bit about your experience.
Well, the when we were together, it made me go back and realize that I decided when I was quite young not to ask because my parents would always say no. So I almost took an oath. In a way, I think I did. I said, I'm never going to ask again. And that has been my whole life. And of course, now that I'm older, there are certain things I do need help with. I cannot do it myself anymore. So that was an eye opener that I can ask. I'm totally legal to ask. And I won't get punished to ask.
right.
Somebody says, no, that doesn't hurt me. It's just next. So,
Absolutely.
so
Absolutely.
yep. So that was I think the biggest eye opener.
Yes, and I want to ask you both to please make sure you mute yourself for just now because I know you have a little noise in the background there. I want to make
I'm
sure.
sorry. I'm sorry. It's my cat. She
Yeah,
has
I
found
figured
a
it was
paper
your cat.
bag.
Yeah. But what I like is that both of you have a lot of life experience. You're both very strong women, very strong entrepreneur, offering amazing solutions to people. And you are so brave that you decided that you want to learn how to ask more boldly and how to receive more openly. And so as we're getting ready to go into this 90-day experience and journey now, I want you to think about what is your big one intention. And mind you, that Inge found and manifested $2,000 that happened. Was it on day 2 or day 3?
I think day 3.
Day 3, right. She manifested $2,000. And we had someone else also who manifested 2 clients when she wanted to manifest one. And yet, the biggest intention that manifested was a shift in our energy, because we all know that everything is energy. And the more open we become to that abundant energy in our lives, the more we're going to attract energy. So it's really about the energy and the change that you see in consciousness that we're going for in the 5 days. And yet, when that happens, then you can see the physical manifestation, which is the money that you get to see. So, real quickly, what is your intention, Inga? And then I'm going to ask that Susan also says what her intention is.
Well, my intention is as soon as possible to make $5,000 a week or more.
Yay! Awesome. Love that. And yours, Susan?
My intention is shifting a little. It's to become really visible without the fear, without I resisting, like doing this interview and others, um, to become known as an expert, and then the the final result will be people flocking to me um, by the end of the 90 days. 90 days is a good way to keep building my infrastructure, to have referral partners, a meeting with an estate lawyer, whom
Yes,
I'd like to partner with. All this collaboration and stuff to spread the vibration. I'm
absolutely.
open to receiving.
Open to receiving. Now, for those who you are watching, if you want to meet these ladies live virtually, tomorrow we have our Fabpreneurs Connections at 5 o'clock p.m. ET. So if you visit fabpreneurs.com, you will be able tomorrow at 5 p.m. to join us and meet them in person, ask them questions, and get to know a little bit more about their business, how they can help you. You could even ask them questions about our Ask and Receive 5J Money Festing Challenge. So make sure that you visit fabpreneurs.com, because tomorrow, just a few of us, this is not just about networking, this is about forming connections, developing connections, growing together, really looking at who do I know that should know you. And that's what we're about tomorrow. So I want to make sure I'm going to put it there in the chat for those of you that want to meet these women. And of course, you meet me as well. And this is exclusively for Heart Center female entrepreneurs. Those are women over 50 who are in business full time. And I put it there in the chat. So if you would like to join us tomorrow, that will give you a free ticket to join us and come meet us virtually in Google Meet. So make sure that you write that down and you click on it and you visit us, and I'll make sure that I'll put it here again. So visit fabpreneurs.com and join us tomorrow at 5 p.m. Ladies, I want to say thank you for joining me today. Thank you for being here. I thank everybody who's watching live or the replay, and I look forward to listening to your messages. If you want, you can leave me a voicemail by visiting evds.com. There's a little place there on the right side of my website page where you can leave a voicemail. You're also welcome to DM me. Please feel free to find me everywhere on social media at EVDS Speaks. And of course, visit my website at evds.com and our group website at fabpreneurs.com. Thank you so much for sticking around with us. Please let us know how we may connect with you. Thank you so much. And until we meet again, this is EVDS of EVDS.com, Inge Lung of Inge.com. And Susan, unmute yourself and tell us again.
LuminousLegacyProject.com.
Awesome. And all of that is going to be here wherever you see this video. And you'll hear more about us tomorrow at our Fab moneypreneurs.com event. Thank you so much for watching. And remember, you have the power to manifest what you want. Enjoy this Money Manifesting and Miracles Monday. We look forward to connecting with you tomorrow. Bye for now. Bye.